October 19th, 2017, Pan-STARRS spotted an object moving rapidly between the stars.
Back in 2017, the space world was rocked when astronomers spotted something wild. UAA, later known as Oumuamua, zipped into our solar system like nothing we'd ever seen before. It wasn't just from our neighborhood. This thing came from another star system. Long and thin, tumbling through space at speeds that made no sense. Not even the sun's gravity could explain it. That's when the theories started flying, from it being a bizarre asteroid to the wild idea that it might be a probe sent by some advanced alien race. Then it vanished, gone just as quickly as it appeared. Most scientists thought that was it, a once-in-a-lifetime flyby, never to return. But guess what? Neil DeGrasse Tyson just dropped a bombshell that's got scientists and space fans losing it. He claims Oumuamua is back, and it's not alone. That's right, Tyson says it's brought company with it. Suddenly, that mystery object isn't just a weird space rock anymore. The big question now, what are these new objects flying behind it? How did it manage to come back in a way that totally breaks what we thought we knew about gravity and space movement? This isn't just some science update. This could change how we see our place in the whole freaking universe. The idea of visitors from another star system used to live strictly in science fiction books and blockbuster movies. But now, it's turning into straight-up science fact. Oumuamua's return has thrown a major wrench into everything we thought we knew about space travel. It didn't come back on any path scientists expected. By all logic, nothing out there should have been able to yank it back into the inner solar system. Especially not so fast. But there's no denying it. It's the same freaky object, same shape, same chaotic tumble through space, same strange acceleration that had everyone scratching their heads back in 2017. Telescopes all over the planet locked onto it the moment it showed up again, and yeah, it's back. But how it returned, that part makes zero sense under the rules of normal space physics. And here's where things get even crazier. It's not alone this time. Oumuamua has brought along a whole squad of weird-looking objects. They're not just drifting randomly like broken junk. These things are moving in ways that are just plain wrong by physics standards. They zig, they pause, they adjust, like they're in sync or responding to something we can't see. This isn't some accidental debris swarm. Their speeds, placements, and movements look planned, like they're part of something bigger, something organized. And now, top scientists everywhere are asking the same chilling question: what exactly are we dealing with here? Could these things be using some kind of hidden propulsion system we haven't even discovered yet? Or are we looking at something built, not born, from deep space? Their purpose is still a total mystery, lost in the quiet of the cosmos. But here's the kicker. They showed up right as Neil deGrasse Tyson broke the silence. And Tyson ain't the type to jump on hype trains. That's what makes this moment so serious. He's not out here trying to scare folks. He's just laying out the facts. And those facts are straight up unprecedented. Tyson's stressing the parts that make zero sense, not to cause panic, but because this kind of anomaly could push science into uncharted territory. What we're seeing doesn't line up with anything we've recorded in space history. It's that strange. We're not talking about a comet just looping around the sun, and this isn't some asteroid getting tossed off course by Jupiter's pull. These things came from beyond our solar system. They left, and now they're back. With a crew. The real head-scratcher. That original weird acceleration Oumuamua had. Scientists still can't crack it. Some said it might be outgassing, or maybe sunlight pressure, but none of that explains why it sped up the way it did. It had no comet-like tail, no dust, no signs of breaking apart, just a skinny, awkward shape darting through space. Now it's back again, and this time, it's brought back up. Whatever this is, it's not following any rulebook we've got. For something like this to come back, it would have had to lose energy, or get yanked by some outside force beyond our sun's gravity. And that ain't easy. Either it brushes up against another massive object in deep space, or something intelligently redirects it. But here's the twist. Oumuamua didn't pass near anything out there. No slingshot move, no close call, nothing to explain how it turned around. And now the so-called companions are raising even more eyebrows. These aren't just random space rocks trailing behind. They're all different in size, shape, and speed, but somehow they move in a way that feels organized. Some even spiral or shift around a shared path, like they're orbiting or adjusting to a central focus, sometimes creeping in close to Oumuamua, then drifting out again. That ain't normal at all. Even the way they reflect light is bizarre. They don't shine like regular asteroids or icy comets. Data from observatories suggests their surfaces might be engineered or shaped in ways we've never seen, built not just to float but maybe to do something. That alone has scientists, tech experts, and thinkers all over the world buzzing. And here's the big thing. If these are natural, then we just stumbled on a whole new type of object flying through galaxies, and that's game-changing. But if anything hints at artificial design, even a whisper, then we're talking about something way, way bigger than science as we know it. If this turns out to be the real deal, if these objects were made by someone else out there, then we're not alone. That would mean another intelligence not only left their own star system, but knows how to come back to ours. The impact of that, it's beyond massive, both for science and for how we see ourselves in the universe. Right now, the whole world is staring up as these eerie, silent objects drift across the black void like some cosmic message written without words. Powerful telescopes, from the James Webb to top-tier ground observatories, have dropped everything to watch them. They're scanning the light, mapping the movements, and digging for clues with next-level urgency. Ever since Oumuamua was first spotted, the pressure has only grown. Scientists are desperate to figure this out, to decode whether these things are just rare space objects or something far deeper. They didn't bring a message, no signal, no radio ping, no flashing lights, just silent, calculated motion. And now people in labs everywhere are asking the real question: was this on purpose? Did they mean to come back now? And if so, why now? Why us? Could it be that they waited until we were ready, until our tech was finally good enough to spot them, track them, maybe even understand them? What if they've done flybys before, back when we couldn't see a thing? Space doesn't explain itself. It never has. But now that we're watching with clearer eyes, it feels like space is finally showing us something. What makes this whole situation even stranger is what they're not doing. They haven't made a direct move toward the inner solar system. Instead, they're hanging back, gliding around the outer edge like they're watching, or maybe testing something. It's like they're waiting for the right moment. Not a single one of these objects has made a peep. No radio waves, no flashing lights, no strange energy spikes, but their perfect, deliberate movements. That's what's freaking everyone out. It feels like intention, like design. Some of the movements flat out break the laws of physics. One object literally appeared to just hover. Yeah, hover in place for hours, while the others moved on. Then, with no signs of thrust or engine power, it shot off in a whole new direction like it was nothing. Our current understanding of gravity, propulsion, and motion, nowhere close to explaining that. Neil DeGrasse Tyson keeps preaching calm and sticking to the science, but even he can't hide the shock. This isn't just a cool event. This is the kind of thing that rewrites textbooks, that reshapes generations of knowledge. Whether this kicks off a brand new field like interstellar communication, alien tech research, or something we don't even have names for yet, one thing's clear: this is history in the making. UMA's return, this time not alone but leading a strange and silent parade, is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that we're just beginning to scratch the surface, that maybe, just maybe, the universe has been waiting for us to catch up. The old idea that Earth is some lonely island in the middle of nowhere, that's starting to crack, because what's happening now can't just be brushed off. These things, whether they're messengers, explorers, ancient tech, or something we don't even have words for, they're here. They've come back, and even without making a sound, it's like they're speaking loud and clear. Their formation, their timing, their wild re-entry, all of it feels deliberate. Every single move seems like a piece of a puzzle, demanding to be solved. Sure, some experts are preaching patience and caution, but behind the scenes, there's a global scramble happening. Scientists everywhere are teaming up, sharing data, running models, trying to make sense of a situation that's unlike anything we've seen before. And there's a new theory creeping in. What if these aren't the only visitors? What if others are out there, hidden in the shadows of Jupiter or Saturn, or drifting just past the edge of the solar system? The idea that we're being watched, it's no longer just the stuff of science fiction. It's becoming a serious conversation. And still, they glide. No rush, no heat trails, no bursts of energy we can track. Just smooth, steady movement like inertia and gravity are optional rules. Their synchronized dance screams intelligence, or at least design. Could they be relics from a long-gone civilization? Or something from the future that looped back to observe us? Whatever they are, they don't leave a trail of fire. They leave something even heavier, a trail of unanswered questions that could change everything we thought we knew about space, time, and our place in it. There's something almost poetic about how they came back. No noise, no drama, just pure presence. Like ancient ships slowly breaking over the horizon, sails wide open, not here to fight, but to explore. Just like the first Earth explorers who crossed unknown seas, these strange objects raise the same deep questions. Who sent them? Why now? What do they want with us? Do they already know we're watching? Have they been watching us all along? Over the next few weeks and months, we'll get more data, more telescope images, and maybe, just maybe, a clue. But let's be real. The big mystery? That might take years to crack. Still, one thing is crystal clear. This is a major turning point. UMA's return, now leading a ghostly fleet of silent companions, just shattered the limits of what we thought our universe looked like. It's like a door we never noticed has creaked open, and through that crack, we're starting to see a universe far stranger and far more incredible than we ever imagined. From the moment those bizarre objects showed back up on our radar, the energy in the science world shifted. Fast. This isn't just a replay of 2017. This is something new, a whole different level. And the way it's all played out? Completely unpredictable, like space itself decided to go off script. These things aren't drifting junk, and they're sure not just broken pieces of rock. Every one of them is moving with purpose, and none of them are acting like anything we've ever seen before. The game has officially changed. We're no longer just watching from the sidelines. We're starting to realize that something completely unfamiliar has rolled into our cosmic neighborhood. And now scientists are locked in on one of the most shocking details yet. The objects aren't just floating around randomly like debris from some space crash. Nope, these things are moving with geometric precision. Instead of drifting like broken rocks caught in gravity's pull, they're locked into smooth spirals, phased rotations, and clean elliptical loops, all spinning around what looks like a central point we can't even see. Algorithms tracking them in real time have uncovered something wild. These objects are constantly tweaking their distances and speeds, as if they're part of some invisible blueprint. And here's the kicker. None of it matches what gravity alone would do. If gravity were the only force in play, there'd be some kind of mess eventually. Orbits would wobble, spacing would fall apart. But that's not happening. What we're seeing is sustained, like a cosmic formation moving to the beat of a silent rhythm. It's more than beautiful. It looks intentional. The symmetry, the order, the way they seem to be working together. It's got some scientists whispering about technology. Or maybe, just maybe, a kind of natural force we haven't discovered yet. Some are even floating the idea of a shared propulsion system, where the objects somehow communicate position and timing through energy fields, resonance, or vibrations that our instruments haven't even picked up on. If that's true, then we're staring straight at something way ahead of us. At the heart of this growing mystery is the OG visitor itself, Oumuamua. And guess what? It hasn't changed one bit. Same strange shape, same chaotic tumble through space, no new signs of wear or damage. But what has changed is how it's positioned. It's no longer just a rogue traveler. It's sitting dead center, like the anchor of the entire group. Not leading the pack, but clearly holding everything together. That positioning is no coincidence. Either it's the original source of the others, or it's playing a key role, like a command unit, a hub, or maybe even a scout. If these objects are connected, whether by some natural force we don't get yet or something built, then Oumuamua might not be the freak accident we thought it was. It could be part of a bigger system, a hint at a larger network moving through space. And here's where it gets even wilder. These new objects aren't just drifting aimlessly. They're reacting, yes, reacting to the movement of planets. Since they arrived, a few have subtly shifted course in sync with Jupiter's position, as if they're tracking its gravity, speed, and magnetic field, like they're sampling its energy. Some have even done quick orbital loops, like flybys or scans before darting off again. That kind of precision isn't random. It smells like navigation tech, like they're running some kind of interstellar survey. Meanwhile, scientists down here are scrambling, syncing up ground observatories with deep space telescopes, trying to build models and figure out what kind of interaction might be coming next. Scientists are now running wild simulations trying to figure out if there's any kind of communication happening between these mysterious objects. But here's the thing, it's not the usual radio waves or light signals. Researchers are digging into weirder stuff, non-electromagnetic pulses, warped fields, even tiny twists in the fabric of local space-time. We're in brand new territory here, a mix of astrophysics and next-level sci-fi level engineering, where most of what we know, it doesn't apply. One of the most mind-blowing things they've discovered is how these objects deal with solar radiation. Normal space junk either reflects or absorbs sunlight in ways we can predict. But these, some of them bend, redirect, and even re-emit solar photons in super-specific ways, like they're covered in high-tech, light-controlling materials. We're talking advanced-level stuff. Think metamaterials designed to mess with energy on a microscale. And what's wild is, this behavior doesn't match anything found in natural space rock. If the data holds up, we might be looking at synthetic surfaces built with one purpose: to control light and heat. Some scientists are even floating the idea that they're harvesting solar power, kind of like ultra-efficient space solar panels. That's right, objects that may be powering up using the sun. But here's what's really tripping people out. There's still zero detectable communication. No signals, no pings, no bursts of energy. Complete silence across all known frequencies. That alone is huge. Either they're not talking at all, or they're using a method of communication that we haven't even discovered yet. Right now, we can't actually detect how these things might be talking to each other, if they even are. Theories are flying, from neutrino-based messaging systems to wild quantum entanglement-style transmissions, stuff that sounds like sci-fi but could be real. Someday, the scary part, that total silence. It's not comforting, it's unnerving, not a peep. And just as unsettling is how little interest they've shown in Earth itself. Not one of these objects has even nudged in our direction. No small course correction, no subtle turn, nothing to suggest they're even giving us a side glance. It's like we don't even register, which has people wondering, are we just too basic to matter to them, or is their mission about something way bigger than us? They seem laser-focused on the big stuff. Planetary gravity fields, deep magnetic waves, and the quiet rhythms of planetary alignment. Contact isn't the goal. This looks more like analysis, or maybe even verification. Some experts now believe we might be watching a calibration event. Think about it. What if these are long-range probes running automated checks on the universe itself? Just like Earth satellites swing back around to check fixed stars and recalibrate. Maybe these interstellar objects are revisiting known spots to fine-tune their readings. They could be collecting updates, syncing up cosmic maps, or double-checking measurements that took light years to gather. It all fits their symmetrical timed movements, less like curious explorers and more like cosmic auditors, quietly checking off data points across the galaxy. There's also a serious time mystery that's got people shook. If these objects were really drifting through space for hundreds or even thousands of years, how the heck did they manage to come back just 8 years after we first saw Oumuamua? Are they pulling off faster than light travel, or maybe something even wilder, like folding space, opening wormholes, or sliding through subdimensional tunnels? These ideas used to be locked in the realm of science fiction and wild physics papers, but now they're getting real attention, because whatever's happening out there, it's forcing scientists to rethink what might actually be possible. Universities and research teams are scrambling to hold emergency workshops just to tackle the implications of what could be repeated contact. And no, most of them don't think this is just some lucky coincidence. If one group came back, there's a real chance others are out there too, watching, waiting. That whole cosmic silence idea, the Fermi paradox, it might be unraveling right now, but not through flashy alien invasions or giant messages from the stars. Nah, this might be a silent strategy, one built around careful observation. There's even a growing theory that advanced civilizations follow a rule book: don't interfere, unless a species hits certain milestones. Maybe it's about tech development, or global behavior, or patterns that prove we're ready for the next level. Could these things be silent evaluators, checking whether we're ready to join a bigger cosmic network? Meanwhile, outside the labs, cultural thinkers, philosophers, and sociologists are drawing eerie parallels to old legends, stories of watchers from the sky, ancient visitors, and cosmic guardians. Is myth turning into modern reality? Because something's definitely watching now. For thousands of years, humans have looked up at the stars with stories, faith, and hope, believing the skies were alive with something more. Now, that ancient instinct is colliding with cold, hard science. And the impact? It's massive. We've always craved connection beyond ourselves, but maybe we were never ready for what that would actually look like. And just when scientists thought they had a grip on the situation, everything flipped again. Days after the re-entry of these strange objects was confirmed, one of the companions suddenly broke formation. But it didn't just float off like a glitch. No chaos, no spin-out. It moved with precision, clean, fast, and smooth, launching itself on a sharp path straight toward the outer solar system. That move blew minds. Why? Because it had no visible propulsion, no engine burn, no push. It just moved, fast and steady. That kind of motion doesn't happen without some serious force, unless you're working with concepts like warp fields, dark energy tricks, or exotic particles we've only theorized about. The entire science community felt the shockwave. That breakaway wasn't an accident. It looked intentional, like a message, like a scout splitting off. Or maybe a courier heading out to report back to whoever, or whatever, sent them. Now, the big question is haunting everyone. Are these things sticking around? Are they going to stay parked like artificial moons? Or is this just a pit stop before they disappear again into the void? Either way, one thing's clear. We're not in control of this moment. We're just watching something unfold that's way bigger than us. If they leave, will they come back with more? Could this be the start of a long, ongoing cycle of visitations? These questions aren't just for conspiracy boards anymore. They're now at the center of real scientific and military investigations. Astronomy isn't just about watching stars and planets anymore. It's about tracking behavior, recognizing patterns, and maybe even decoding intent. Behind the scenes, things are moving fast. Government agencies and defense operations are definitely watching. Word is high-level sensors originally built for missile defense and orbital threats are now quietly being redirected to track these unknown objects. Sure, most of the space data is still public, for now, but the calm, controlled way this has been presented, that's no accident. Tyson stepping in with calm explanations. That might be part of a bigger game plan to gradually ease the public into a new truth. We're not alone out here. And despite how huge this all is, the world isn't panicking. Why? Because the visitors haven't made a single threatening move. They're not flexing dominance, they're not zipping toward Earth or setting off warning signals. Everything about their behavior says one thing: intentional peace. Their silence doesn't scream fear, it suggests respect. A kind of cosmic courtesy, like they know how to approach without stepping on toes. They're watching, but not interfering. That's led some experts to float a powerful theory. These objects might be more like time capsules or celestial monitors, designed to quietly observe, not to chat, not to land, but to gather data across thousands of years, tracking how civilizations rise and evolve across the galaxy. They're not here for a quick scan. They might be here for the long game, watching how planets like ours grow, struggle, and maybe, someday, break through into the stars. If we look at it from a bigger lens, Earth might just be one checkpoint in a massive galactic network, a kind of living archive tracking how life evolves under different cosmic conditions. But not everyone's seeing it that way. Some experts are floating a way darker theory that these objects could be part of an interstellar immune system, not here to talk, not here to help, but to evaluate risk. What if advanced civilizations that become unstable, unpredictable, or violent get flagged, logged, or worse, neutralized? We haven't seen any signs of aggression from the visitors, but the fact they can move without obeying the basic rules of physics, that's a huge red flag about what they might be capable of. If their intentions ever changed, let's be honest, we'd have no way to stop them. It's a chilling thought, but it can't be ignored. Then comes the legacy. How will this moment go down in history? Is this the beginning of humanity finally waking up to its place in the cosmic club? Or will it get buried in red tape, covered up and slowly erased from the public eye? Right now, all signs are pointing to something big. Schools are already updating lessons to include these interstellar events. Artists, authors, filmmakers, they're already channeling this into bold new work. It's sparking imagination, not fear. And that says a lot. The return of Oumuamua and its quiet companions hasn't just shaken science. It's reignited humanity's curiosity. This isn't just about data, it's about wonder, and the sense that we might finally be stepping into a much, much bigger universe. This whole event has lit something inside us. It's brought wonder roaring back to life, a reminder that the age of discovery isn't over. Far from it. Exploration isn't just about reaching planets or moons anymore. It's about chasing the mysteries that sit just beyond what we can touch. In their silence, in their eerie symmetry, these objects have become a kind of mirror, not reflecting our machines, but our curiosity, our humility, and our endless hunger to understand the unknown. They're still out there, moving, drifting, watching. Their presence feels like a whisper from ancient stars, lost galaxies, and the deep, wordless rhythm of the cosmos. We still don't know what they are, probes, scouts, pilgrims, or maybe just cosmic wanderers. But they've done something huge. They've opened a doorway in the sky, one that we cannot close or ignore. And maybe that's the most incredible part, not just that they came back, but that in doing so they changed us, forever. Then came the move that shifted everything. One of the objects suddenly broke off from the group again, but this time the motion wasn't random. It was precise, calculated, and impossible to ignore. It didn't just defy gravity, it showed signs of autonomy. That maneuver proved something shocking. This wasn't just movement, it was choice. The object darted past Saturn without getting caught in its pull, avoided the magnetic interference from its moons, sliced cleanly through the heliospheric current sheet, and then, just before vanishing, it made a sharp, deliberate turn. And guess where it aimed? Not into random deep space, but straight toward the heliopause, the final frontier, where the sun's influence ends and the interstellar ocean begins. That's not just motion, that's navigation, that's intelligence. The direction that breakaway object took, it set off a whole new storm of theories. It didn't look like it was running or drifting, it looked like it had a mission. The path was smooth, targeted, like it was scanning or recalibrating something way bigger than our solar system. If it's tracking gravitational changes, solar energy bursts, or the pressure at the edge of our system, then we might be watching just one piece of a massive cycle. A galactic survey route, mapped out long before we ever had telescopes. Some scientists are now calling it a shepherd probe, a kind of guide, keeping the rest of the formation in check. Like it's maintaining alignment across cosmic highways that stretch for light years. It's not just traveling, it's coordinating, making sure the formation stays tight, balanced, and exact even across unimaginable distances. But now attention is shifting hard onto something even stranger. The silence. Not just their lack of contact, but their complete disregard for our attempts to communicate. Since they returned, Earth has blasted every type of signal we've got toward them. Short bursts, encoded messages, prime numbers, molecular blueprints, all the classic signs of intelligence. We even aimed signals straight at them. And still, nothing. No flicker, no return ping, not even a blip. It's like we don't even register to them. That's led some researchers to suggest a wild possibility. They might not be using electromagnetic communication at all. Maybe they've moved way beyond it. Maybe they're working on levels of tech we haven't even dreamed up yet. It's not that they're ignoring us. It might just be that we're not even speaking the same language. Some scientists are now thinking way outside the box, talking about vibrations through quantum fields, hyperdimensional resonance, and even signal structures that don't carry data through energy, but through geometry. Yeah, we're way past satellites and radio pings now. This is cutting-edge speculation, and it's heating up fast. At the same time, astronomers have shifted focus to how these mystery objects are affecting their surroundings. Even though they're relatively small in mass, high-precision tools are picking up something weird, tiny but constant distortions in the fabric of space-time around them. And no, this isn't the typical gravitational bending you'd see around massive planets or black holes. These are subtle shifts, like the objects are gently warping reality itself. That sparked a whole new wave of excitement around things like exotic matter and negative energy. the stuff that, until now, only lived in science fiction and advanced physics papers. If these visitors are really bending space-time to move, they might not be traveling through space. They might be bending space around themselves. Imagine compressing the distance between 2 points instead of flying through it. That's what we could be witnessing. And if that's true, it blows open a whole new way of understanding how interstellar travel could work. Forget rocket fuel. This would be space manipulation on a level humanity hasn't even begun to approach. It also suggests something even bigger. Our solar system might not be special. It might just be a stop, one of many transit hubs across a vast galactic network. We could be just another node in a map we never knew existed. What if Earth isn't some grand destination, but just a cosmic pit stop, a calibration point on a much larger galactic grid? That idea is no longer just speculation. A new angle has shaken up the investigation: time. Scientists digging deep into return trajectories started comparing recent movement data with ancient orbital records, and what they found is wild. A small but growing group of researchers, blending archaeology with astronomy, believe that ancient civilizations may have witnessed these very formations before. From cave walls in the Andes to stone carvings in the Altai Mountains, they found symbols, elongated central shapes surrounded by smaller ones, all arranged in perfect geometric formations. While still controversial, these images look a lot like the current layout of Oumuamua and its strange companions. If these aren't just random art or coincidence, it might mean this formation has passed by Earth before, on a cycle, a repeating cosmic loop. And now, historians are starting to rethink old legends. Myths about sky serpents, star messengers, and glowing traveling lights might not be stories after all. They could be encoded memories, passed down over centuries, telling us something humanity forgot, until now. This blend of anthropology and astrophysics, once brushed off as fringe, is now drawing serious academic interest. The question isn't just, are we being visited anymore? It's, have we been visited before and just didn't recognize it? And here's the kicker. While all this unfolds, our planetary defense systems, originally built to spot dangerous asteroids, have picked up something new. Signals, movements, or anomalies. Whatever it is, Earth's early warning tech just locked onto something unexpected. And it's tied to this mystery. Turns out our planetary defense systems, built to track asteroids and rogue satellites, accidentally picked up something else. Subtle magnetic fluctuations that don't match anything we've seen before. These tiny blips weren't tied to solar flares or sunspots. Instead, they lined up perfectly with the movement of the returning visitors. As each object passed by, local magnetic fields pulsed, just for a moment, like the planet itself was reacting to their presence. No known spacecraft or moon has ever caused a signature like this. And now some experts are wondering, could this be intentional? A passive scanning system? Something like the way birds and whales use Earth's magnetic field to migrate. Maybe these objects are using planetary magnetism to navigate, calibrating their path without ever needing to slow down. Even deeper than that is how these visitors have messed with our understanding of space itself. Their precise timing, their route, their alignment, none of it feels random anymore. Scientists are now considering that the universe might not be as empty as we thought. What if space has structure, hidden highways made of gravitational gradients, field lines, and high-energy corridors, invisible lanes that let advanced travelers move with ease? These visitors might not be drifting, they could be surfing those currents, like ancient ships riding ocean streams to conserve fuel. If that's true, then our whole model of space has to change. It's not a chaotic void. It's a cosmic grid, built for movement, navigation, and maybe even communication. If you found this mind-blowing, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Oumuamua is part of something bigger? We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.